Merry Christmas!
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, ting, lovely weather for staying right together with you. Outside the snow is falling, friends are calling you. Come on, come on, come on. Lovely weather for staying right together with you, with you, with you. Giddy up, let's go. Let's we're riding in a wonderland of love. Giddy up, it's great.
What's up guys, welcome back to another installment of Counting Down to Christmas with me, Polish Blissfully, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how you guys could create your very own press-on nails fit for the Christmas season. So I decided to do some shorties for you ladies who like some functional nail designs. So if you guys would be interested to see how I created this ultra cute nail design that is super easy to do, then just keep on watching. So guys, diving right in with today's tutorial, and I'm going to show you guys first of all how I take care of my nails before I apply my false tips. So as you can see, my nails are super short. I love to keep my nails short. I'm always adding extensions so I don't let them grow much longer than this anymore. So first off, I'm going in with some nail cleanser, and I'm just going to go ahead and clean off the nail plate and remove any dust and debris before I go in with my drill bit. Now the drill bit I'm using today is from Ink London. It's amazing for cuticle work, and it's one of those drill bits that is in my essentials. So I'm basically just using this to remove any excess skin and tidy up around the cuticle area, and then once again I brush away any excess dust, and then I go in with a layer of no wipe gel top coat as my foundation layer for the tips, meaning that I don't have to worry about putting the glue directly onto my nails. But if you did want your nails to last a little longer, I would suggest skipping this completely and just going right in with your nail glue. But for me, since I would be popping these off, I have just gone ahead and put on a gel base coat and my peel off base coat. So for the actual tips today, as you can see, I'm using my little nail practice stand thing. I have set it up with some blue tack. This is actually white tack, which I found to be a lot stronger for holding the nail onto the little practice stand, and it just means that I could file away and not have to worry about anything popping off. So the tips I'm using today are by Vixie. These ones are her opaque her opaque oval ones, and they're absolutely amazing. As I mentioned previously, they're super short, so they're perfect for everyday life. So I will leave these linked down below for you guys. So first off, I have a number 1 for my thumb. I then have a number 5 for my pointer and my ring finger, a number 4 for the middle, and a number 7 for the pinky. So before I go in to paint the nails, as you can see, I'm just buffing and filing the edge so it's nice and even, and the application of the gel is much easier. And I do this with all of the nails before I pop them on to my little practice stand ready for painting. So moving on with decorating our nail tips, as you can see, I'm going in with a layer of base coat. I completely treat these nail tips like I would my own natural nails, not because I need any protection or anything like that. I simply want better adhesion of whatever I'm going to put on top, and it gives a nice smooth application for all of your gels. So I always go in with a layer of base coat just to smooth out that nail and give me a foundation to work on. So I apply this to all of the nails, then pop that into my LED light for 30 seconds. And then the very first colour I'm going in with is this Gellux, and this one is called Butterfly Blue, and it's a really beautiful mint shade. And I know that mint isn't really a Christmassy shade, but this design I thought really needed a mint, and I was tied between this one and also the Nails mint one, but that was a little too light, I thought. So anyway, I'm going in and I'm painting the middle finger and also the ring finger and also the pinky with 2 coats of this, but I'm going to do something different on the second coat for the pinky and the ring finger, so I will share that with you a little bit later on. So as you can see, this polish applies absolutely amazing to the nail. It's really creamy and very, very beautiful in real life. It's such a vibrant colour and I absolutely love it. I haven't used it for for an absolute lifetime. So yeah, I was super pleased to see that it still worked fine and everything was okay, because I'm not even going to lie, this polish must be at least 4 years old. So now I'm going in with the first of my glitters, and this one is by Madame Glam, and it's called Silver Glitters, and it's just a silver glitter in a clear jelly polish, but the polish itself is actually quite yellow tinted. So when I put it over the top of these nail tips, you could really see the tint of the base. So what I decided to do was, just to spice up the nails a little bit, I went in with some glitter from Smiley's glitter store, but what I did was completely covered the nail in the first coat, popped that into my LED light, and then I went in with the second coat. So for the first nail, which is the middle finger, I completely covered that whole nail for the second coat. But for the pinky and also the ring finger, as you can see, I'm sort of doing just half of the nail, leaving a little border at the top, because I am going to be going in and doing a sort of ruffian cuff nail later on. So I wanted to see basically where I could put that part of the design. So as you can see, it's very obvious to the eye that there's a little bit of a gap there, and that's just what I wanted. You could even go ahead and do that with the first coat as well to save yourself time. So now with the second coat of silver glitters, before I pop this into the light, I completely covered the whole nail with another layer of that, but I thought this glitter wasn't glittery enough for my personal taste. So as I said, I went in with a layer of Smiley's glitter store, and this one is called Angel Whispers and is the most beautiful mix of silver holographic, and it is so pretty, really striking and in your face. It also has little pieces of black glitter and white glitter in there as well. So I'm just using my glitter brush and I'm just gently tapping on some of that glitter and making sure it's placed firmly on the nail before I fully cure that for 60 seconds. And as you can see, with this, it just gives that silver glitters a little bit extra pizzazz. I just thought it wasn't enough glitter in my personal opinion. While I really love that gel polish, I just find it slightly boring. So I wanted to add a little bit of hollow, and this glitter was simply perfect for that. And then we pop back to the middle finger, and I first go in with a layer of Madame Glam's No Wipe Gel Top Coat just to smooth out my base, because I am going to be going in and doing some nail art and I like to start on a smooth canvas. So I'm just doing one even coat of this, popping that into my LED light for 30 seconds. And then I do go ahead and buff the glitter nails just to refine that glitter and remove any jaggy edges and just make sure I have a nice smooth nail for the layer of top coat that comes at the end. So moving on with the nail art for this design, I'm going to be doing quite a large snowflake. It's the only nail that has any nail art on it, so I wanted it to be bang smack right in your face so you could totally see it. So I'm first starting by using my Roubloff Zero brush, which is a really tiny detail brush and is absolutely perfect for line work. And I'm also using the Sugar Effect gel by Indigo Nails, and I'm first starting by doing a sort of crisscross with 4 lines going down all of this nail, and I am flash curing as I go along just to make sure that none of my design moves anywhere. So if I just touch it, which I usually do, I always make mistakes, so I like to keep whatever I'm happy with fully like sort of nuked so it stays in place. So as you can see, I'm just going in with the rest of those lines, coming from the middle always so the lines are nice and neat, and then I fully cure that part of the design before I move on to the rest. Then I've switched over to my dotting tool, and in between each of these lines I'm going to be doing 3 little dots, one slightly larger dot at the top and then 2 little dots underneath it. And what I do is I take my number 10 Kolinsky brush from Roubloff for this part as well, and I just add a tiny amount of gel to the brush and then I drag it through those little dots, joining again into the middle. So I took my inspiration for this design from a hand-painted Christmas bauble that I found on Etsy. It was absolutely beautiful, the most gorgeous shade of mint, and then it had this stunning little snowflake on it. So I really went ahead and not copied, but I really did go ahead and sort of stick to that design, and I will leave the hand-painted baubles linked down below because they were gorgeous. So again, I do this all the way around the nail, flash curing as I'm going along so those little dots don't sort of like mesh together together and become just like a lump of gel. And as you can see, it really gives a striking appearance to the middle of that snowflake, and it's completely different from any snowflakes that I've seen hand painted before, so that's why I decided to go gung-ho and try it out. And then I'm going in again with my tiny detail brush, and I'm adding V-shapes on each of those lines to act as another part of the snowflake. And I do this on all of the nails, getting smaller as I'm going around the whole sort of snowflake, so everything fitted in. Again, I wanted this nail to be a complete feature nail. I wanted it to be a standalone nail, so it had no like art to go with it or anything like that. So I really wanted to make it a lot more intricate than I would with my normal snowflakes. And then once again, I pop that into my LED light, and then I nuke that bad boy for 30 seconds before I move on to the next part, which is adding some little dots all on this snowflake. So where each of the top snowflakes are, where we added those little V's, I'm going to go in and add some tiny dots as well. Again, just to fill up the nail and add a lot more dimension to the snowflake. And now I'm going in for my cuff nails, and I'm going to be using Kiki London's Halo Ring from their Platinum range, which is the silver one. It is absolutely beautiful and sparkles like lots of little diamonds in the bottle. I am so in love with it. So for this, I'm just basically curving this around the top half of the nail, following the line that I created when I put in my second layer of gel polish. And then again, I pop this into my LED light for 30 seconds, then repeat the process, so I have full opacity. And then to add a little bit of pizzazz to my snowflake, I am going in with some SS16 crystal clear Swarovski crystals from Blue Street Crystals. I'm also using my crystal katana and my Sally's nail glue to apply this, and I'm just going to pop one of those large crystals right in the middle of that snowflake and leave that to dry. And then for the rest of the nails, I'm going in with this Artistic Rock Hard headliner, which is the most juicy top coat that I have ever found. It is so beautiful. I completely forgot that I had it in my collection, and as you can see, it's such a glossy top coat and I'm so in love with it. So I just went ahead and added a layer of this to all of the nails, and again I popped them in to fully cure. So now to apply the nails, all I'm doing is adding some of that Sally's nail glue to the top of the cuticle area and then slowly working it down the nail. So I start by sliding it up the nail and then back down the nail, so the nail has a full coating of that nail glue and everything is completely covered, and then I just press that firmly down and attach it to the nail in the hopes that I don't attach myself to the nail as well. And I do that with all of the nails until everyone is applied. And then my last and final steps, as always, is to go ahead and just freshen up my cuticles. So I go and I wash my hands, I apply my hand cream, and I'm now going in with my cuticle oil, and I really work this into the skin to add nutrients back from whatever I have taken out with the acetone and all of that ickies. So I really do work that into my skin and leave it to set. And finally guys, that is us reached the end of this tutorial, and here is what my design looked like once everything was dry and applied to the nail. So as you can see, for the other hand, I sort of mixed up the glitter and the ruffian nails just to give it a little bit added dimension. So this is what the thumbs look like, and I am so in love with this design. It's super easy to do, and it may look like it was quite intricate, but with a little bit of a steady hand, you can most definitely accomplish it, no problem at all. So I really hope you guys enjoyed my take on these super easy festive press-on nails, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I would totally appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Kylie. I am a complete nail polish addict, and on this channel you will find everything from nail art to swatches, reviews and the occasional haul. So if that's something that piques your interest, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to click that notifications bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.